Morphett Air.
G'day, I'm Shane from Morphett Air. In this video today we're going to show you how to repack a return air filter, and this here is typically what you'd find. I mean, you can see it's sort of all coming away as its holes started in it. A lot of the time that's because people will use a vacuum cleaner to vacuum the dust out. Unfortunately, what it does is it lifts the pile in the filter and tears holes in it, and you're going to be replacing it in no time. So we'd suggest giving it a wash with a hose outside, letting it dry and sliding it back in. But for the purpose of today's video, we're going to be repacking this and show you how it's done. So first of all, what you'll need is some filter media. Now you can buy that from various suppliers, and you can also contact a local agent and they might be able to supply you some. So you're going to need a couple of tools. You're going to need a Stanley knife, nice and sharp. This one isn't, but you need a sharp one ideally. A roller, and this roller here you can buy for a couple of bucks from Bunnings or any hardware store, and a pair of scissors. So what we'll do is we'll rip out the old media first, and then we'll show you how to replace the new one. Okay, so first of all what we need to do is dig out the existing rubber that's there, and generally get into the corner with a pair of scissors or something like that, just to dig it out first of all. Try not to damage or separate the frame. Okay, and just carefully pull it out. Come out nice and easy. Now sometimes they do become brittle with age, and it's just a case of buying some more at again the hardware store or what have you. So now we've pulled that out, put that aside for a minute, and then we'll pull out this gross looking filter. Next step, we want to just cut the filter media and make sure it's fairly proud around the outside, so you're not struggling later on. So you'll see it's fairly generous around the outside there. And then what we're going to do is, you'll see there's the rail there for the rubber to go in. Now this rubber, you can it's the same rubber that you would use for a fly screen. So okay, so what we'll do first is lay that over the top, making sure that it's about the same on each side, just feeling the edges there. And this rubber, you'll see here, because of the way it's been sitting, has already got the corners built in. So it's probably advisable to start with the corner. And once you find the corner in there, what I tend to do is just use the old corner from the rubber there, and then using a pair of scissors we'll squash it into that corner there, like that. And then once it's kind of in there, grab your roller, face the rubber down the same way the frame runs, and we want to just start rolling it in. Now, where the rubber is going to be, usually it's going to be longer, usually because it's been stretched, but so that's where the old one ends, and we're going to roll up to that point. Okay, once we get to that point, you just want to cut off the excess just before where the old one ends. And that's it. Then just go run it round again and make sure it's in nice and tight. The last step is to trim off the excess filter media. That's where we take your Stanley knife and being extra careful not to cut yourself. So we're just going to cut against the frame, making sure your thumb's out the way, but cutting it just above the rubber into the frame. And then we want to just trim the corners. Like I said, it helps to have a sharp Stanley knife. I can just tidy it up by putting those edges into the corners. And we'll just finish off one last roll for good measure. There we have it. Job done.
Morphett